Hey traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. So I'll try not to make this report too US election focused, as it is slowly drawing to an end. Currently Joe Biden has 264 votes, Trump is on 214, and the latest news says that Trump's has seen a lead fall by 40,000 in 1 hour. So without calling anything, I know Sportsbet already cashed out on Joe Biden bets, saying that the decision was, the outcome was imminent. But I'm still just gonna, take the safety first option and just wait till it's actually over. But yeah, with seven to go, you'd be quite basically impossible to see things change from how they look like they're going to finish right now. So now just moving on to the markets, the Nasdaq was really yesterday's real big winner. Bitcoin has also seen some pretty solid moves today. It's been a pretty mixed day on Forex so far, but the Nasdaq, it's just really made a solid statement with what looks like to be a Joe Biden win. So we've seen 6.25% added on the NDX100 since yesterday. What we're looking at now is this higher low here, and then we've had a trend break here. So it definitely looks like we're seeing some sort of new leg higher underway on the Nasdaq. What I'd be looking to see first is when we do see the next pullback, we'd want to see that pullback sort of stop somewhere in this area if it's as a low point, and then we'd want to see buyers set up a new higher low inside this new breakout, and then look for buying to continue. And the first target, if not reached before the pullback, would be the 12,200 area, and then obviously we'd be looking for a new extension up to 12,42. But if we do see a rally up to this 12,120 to 12,200 area, and we see a stall and then a fail, that's sort of a small warning sign. But like I said, as long as we do see this breakout hold, then we do side slightly with the buyer side of the ledger at that moment. So now just on to some of the other markets. Oil has been weaker today. It's not too much movement after 3 days of very strong gains, which includes this trend break here. We do have a bit of a V shape here, so we'd like to see if we do see any type of pullback that we hold that V, and it could be the signs of a V pattern. So generally with a V pattern, you have your move down, you have your move up, then you have a very slight pullback, and then the V continues into a new up move. But again, we need to see a little bit more confirmation before we can really call that one confirmed. Now, gold has been interesting after we saw that strong volatility yesterday. We saw a very strong pullback late into the session yesterday after the dollar continued to make some moves. At the moment, we're just seeing price really stuck at the moment. And on the 4 hour, we do see a fair bit of resistance holding from 1910 really. So we'd want to see buyers break 1910 and close above it to really signify that they are in control, and we will see a new rally higher. And then after that, we have further resistance up around the 1930 area, and then once again moving up. Now that 1930 area also was previous support, which became resistance, and that level's been holding for a fair period of time. So step one is really just to see a break at this first level of short-term / medium-term resistance, and then have a tackle at that level if buyers keep going. If we do see a fail, then obviously we'll just look for price to continue in this range pattern, and possibly if we did see a move lower, to testing that 1869 area as a first point. So now just onto currencies very quickly. So we've seen after yesterday's wild volatility, we haven't seen too much action just as the minute. The euro is trading higher at the moment to the dollar. We are seeing the pound fighting back from a few losses earlier, and we are seeing over on the yen. The yen's been a little bit stronger today, has been pushing a bit of weight around with some of the risk majors, but we are seeing some of those losses being clawed back, and the pound is an exception at the moment. It's still trading close to lows around 0.35% lower, and we are seeing move. The dollar is weaker at the ends, making the most of that right now. So the dollar yen is sitting back at this support area. So we want to see buyers hold that area from 104.25. A break lower does start to suggest that possibility of this trend continuing. There is a fair descending triangle pattern here, but they can be bearish or bullish at this position. So if that does continue to hold and we did see a new higher low, then possibility you could see a test and possibly buyers could test a breakout, but that without moving too far into ahead of ourselves into the future, this support will have to be held by buyers. If we do see a break by that by sellers, then yeah, it could set up a move lower as well. So keep an eye on that level tonight. There is some pretty key USD sensitive news coming up very early tomorrow morning. We'll get onto that in a moment. Now, so finally, we just want to finish on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's had another fantastic. Well, it's continuing to have another fantastic run, and this rally just keeps on going. And if we just have a look at that there, it's now moved well above that 2019 high that was with yesterday's rally, and we're now trading up in the 14,000 area. So that's quite a solid move by buyers, and this rally is rather extended now. So we want to just see if that momentum can carry forward. Obviously, the next test will be 14.5, then after that 15 even. So we will just watch this with a bit of interest. The price has pulled a fair way away from its moving averages at the moment. So if we do see any pullbacks, we'll be just looking to see if those pullbacks do form new higher lows, setting up for the possible legs higher until we see a decent resistance point develop, or if we do see some new lower high form, then we will still continue this look at the short-term momentum as being up. Now, just jumping over to the weekly, we can see now that that's the next high, which is just under 14.5, and then really from there, there's no real resistance until we get up to that 17,000 area. But let's not get too carried away just yet, and let's just see how this trend keeps going. As on the weekly as well, it's very extended right now, so we'll just see if buyers can, much longer buyers can keep this up before we do see a pullback come into the market. Now, just getting on to tonight's news, we have this week hasn't been busy enough. It does get busier. We do have at 6 p.m. Coming up, we have the Bank of England rates decision, and rates are expected to remain on hold at this point, and traders will be looking at the policy summary and looking at the monetary policy report. Now, there was a little comment that did pop up earlier today saying that the idea of negative rates by the Bank of England was being explored or looked at, so that may be some of the reason why the pound is a bit lower today. So that would be interesting to see if anything further came out about that in tonight's rate statement and policy statement from the Bank of England. Now, just finally, at 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time tomorrow morning, we have the FOMC statement, federal funds rate, and the FOMC press conference. So with the virus raging on in America, and with stimulus still not passed by Congress, I think traders will be looking for more ideas about how the economy is going to be stimulated, and what type of potentially actions will be taken, especially the bond buying program will need to be taken just to keep things ticking over. So we'll see if anything new comes out in that. So that's it for today. I'm sorry, I try not to make these videos too long, but I can see it's already dragged on close to 9 minutes, so apologies for that. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and yeah, keep an eye on some of the key levels that we've gone over, and the Nasdaq and Bitcoin just going forward tonight with some of the high impact data coming out, and with the confirmation of Biden win if it does eventuate today. So that's it for now. Please enjoy the rest of your trading day, and until tomorrow, good trading and bye for now.